If you look at your expenses, your major expenses, and figure out that those could potentially be profit centers, it will give you additional entry points into your funnel. So you end up with, instead of one entry point into your marketing funnel, you end up with 10 or 12 or 14.
So I make a ton of content, and the cost to make all of this content, offline, online, social media, everything, just kept growing and growing and growing. And it got to the point where I was really having a difficult time affording all of it. And so I went to Roland and I said, how do I do it? And what did you share?
Well, we had a similar experience. We have a content team overseas that produces a lot of content for our media sites. And so I told Scott, I said, well, what worked for us was we looked at this expense, and at the time, I think it was $49,000 a month it cost us for this team. $49,000 a month is a fair amount of money. Yeah. And so we said, well, if we took the extra time that those people have, and you have a little bit extra time and then a little extra capacity in yours as well, and we took that and we said, what if we offer that content as a service? So there's a thing called software as a service, or a SaaS. We said, how about content as a service, or a CaaS, right? So we then began offering content production for $7,000 a month to other people, because people were asking us, how do you create all that great content, just like they do you?
During your people's free time.
During our free time, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so we launched that at Traffic and Conversion Summit, an event we have, and 2 years later, it's doing about $300,000 a month with about a $91,000 a month profit. So what's awesome about that is this $49,000, $600,000 a year, right, expense now has turned into about $1 million plus of profit for us. And I was like, dude, you can do the exact same thing. Can we talk about how Bezos did that? Or,
yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
So this all came about from looking at Amazon's annual report a couple years ago, and when it came out, it showed that. Well, first I remembered when Bezos announced, I'm going to sell Amazon infrastructure. I'm going to sell access to our servers and stuff like that, which now, by the way, powers most of the internet, like Netflix and Fox and things like that. And at the time, people were like, "You're crazy. You're stupid. That's dumb. You're getting off focus." And he said, "No, I think this is a plan. It's going to work." And so what he did was he started offering these infrastructure services through AWS, Amazon Web Services. Yeah. If you look at the annual report for Amazon for 2017, it shows about $12.9 billion in revenue and $2.8 billion in profit for North American Amazon sales. Everything Amazon sells in North America. If you look at AWS in that same year, the thing that everybody said he was crazy to start, the expense that he turned into a profit center, it did about, I don't remember the gross figure, but I remember that the profit, I think it was $8 billion in gross, and the profit was $3.2 billion. It made more profit than the core business. Wow. And if you look at it as a percentage of sales, it's 85% more profit. Right, it's 85%. Excuse me, it's 85% more profit on such a smaller number, right? And so that's what got us thinking. Well, what expenses do we have that we can do that with? And here's what's really super cool about that: if you look at your expenses, your major expenses, and figure out that those could potentially be profit centers, it will give you additional entry points into your funnel. So for you, when you're producing content, you have video editors. That can be an additional entry point into anything else that you're selling. You have designers, cover makers, editors, all kinds of things, right? That can become profit centers. So you end up with, instead of one entry point into your marketing funnel, you end up with 10 or 12 or 14.
So you taught me how to do this. For other people, you share it in the book.
Yep.
For other people that want to learn how to do this, how do they find you?
They can come to digitalmarketer.com or our event, trafficandconversionsummit.com, or my site, rolandfrasier.com, or all of the socials.